Welcome back for the third and final hour of episode 10 of the Long Voyage. And we are back in the situation, should we say, with Gylfi having severely wounded a man by cutting a throat across his larynx, but not killing him. It means that he's probably going to bleed out eventually, but for now he is still alive. He's terrified and shocked and surprised, but he is stumbling in this shocked and horrified situation or condition that he's in. He's trying to reach the bell to ring.
Finish him.
Yeah, Gylfi will probably just go into this manic thing that just like, this didn't work. Oh shit! And he'll just probably try to tackle the guy to the ground and just stab him multiple times to death.
Yes. Okay.
Just full ice power.
Yes. Yeah. You can.
Full ice.
You can definitely try a tackle of that type. That's entirely possible. So is that what you wish to do? Try to take him down, tackle him to the ground. Is that what you are trying?
Yeah,
to do?
or just try to stab him like while standing between him and the gong.
Okay, yeah, sure. You can also, that's a different way of doing it. Obviously, is to move so that you are between him and the gong. Yeah, and then
if you want to ring it, you have to go to me.
Yes.
My knife.
Right.
Delightful.
My name is Nico Montoya.
Yes.
No.
My name is Nico Montoya. You killed my father. Prepare to die. Yes, Princess Bride. That said, you can definitely do that. I'll give you another, free attack here. Do you want to still use your knife or draw a bigger weapon if you have one?
The only bigger weapon I have is a spear.
Yeah,
and this will not work here.
Not very well, no.
Yeah.
All right.
Just like, and then I'm trying to just attack him quickly enough to prevent him from pulling out his weapon.
Right now, he's got one hand trying to cover up the slash on his throat, and the other reaching for the bell.
Yeah, I'll just try to sing this thing. Any panic buttons?
No. Just go ahead and roll.
I'll use my luck for this hour.
Okay, yeah, sure. You use your luck.
Yeah, I did.
Hey, you managed. Yeah. Okay, so here's what happens. Because, as I said, this is a sort of a special kind of situation, seeing as the man is in the condition that he's in. What happens is that he gets up, you reach out and cut him, but you are not an expert with this kind of thing, nor is this the biggest and heaviest blade in the world. It's a small knife. It's not even a heavy one. So it's or a large knife. So it's you don't actually give him a lethal cut in and of itself, although, yes, if, he would almost certainly either bleed to death or at least, have his voice severely ruined for life, even if he had survived it. But he, in shock and horror, he stumbles across the floor of the bell, or the tower towards the bell. In panic, Gylfi gets in between him and the bell, and everything just turns into red vapor when Gylfi goes on a stabbing spree. It's this thing, and just by the time you're done, not only is he exceptionally dead, he's almost coming apart because 50 stab wounds will do that to someone. You're also covered in him.
Yep. Yeah, after the stabbing is done, the Gylfi just sits on the side of the tower, just at the bottom. He doesn't even cut off the gong. He just hyperventilates on the floor.
Yes, also, why the hell bother right now? Because nobody else is up there who could use it anyway. So, yes. But you managed to stop him. Isn't that that was the goal? So,
Yes.
we shall pop back down to Frothy, who is still struggling with his opponent.
Yes. I think what Thrody does,
Yes.
other than make an annoyed sound, is to throw his dagger at the man and draw his sword.
Right. Well, that's So you're throwing the dagger at him. He's literally a couple of feet away. So
Oh, I could just stab him.
you could just stab him with the dagger if you want.
Could I draw a sword and stab him in the same turn?
Nope.
Well, you know what? Fuck it. I want to try and stab the fucker again.
Okay, sure.
Yeah, ass!
Much better. Ooh, and that's
Is that a crit?
no, that's a 3 or 4. Unless your knife skill is literally 15.
It's not.
No, 3 or 4 is always a crit, and then it's you will roll a crit if you roll 10 under your skill.
Okay, okay.
Up to a crit you can never get a crit on a better roll than a 16. 17 or 18 is always a critical failure.
Ah.
Anyway,
Yes, then I shall do damage. And I think I'll do impaling, because I stab at him. Is that acceptable?
sorry, I was about to answer.
Sorry, I can do impaling or cutting. I
Yes.
think I'll do impaling.
Yes,
because you're
if you stab him,
stabbing.
yes, that's definitely impaling. Yeah.
So that's 3 impaling damage.
Yeah, then that is multiplied by 1.5, obviously, because impaling. So that's 5
that's
in all.
Nice.
Yep, that's 5 damage. And he is wearing armor, but not much, so he does take some damage. But he is shouting, and when you stab him, his reaction is to look at you with a mixture of rage and horror. And then he does the only smart thing in his situation, really, and that is to bolt away from you towards the nearest tower.
Now, that would be really smart, except I have ranged attacks.
Yes, but obviously, he doesn't actually know that.
Well, do you want me to just roll for the fireball he gets in the neck?
Yeah, sure. Well, go ahead.
Yeah, let's see if I can actually do it.
That might be a good idea.
Dang.
Oh, for
Nope,
God's sake,
I
man.
miss him, I guess.
Yeah, but it's a fireball, so it continues on and hits one of the buildings.
Whoops.
Whoops.
This
The
is...
granary?
No, because the granary is a different building in a different part of the
I know,
granary
but
is
people. All the people I expected things to go to shit for, I did not expect it to be Froley.
Me neither.
It
Where
could be
do
a
I note
granary-seeking
down that
fireball.
I've used FP? Well,
Oh,
I
he's
know
heading
I've
towards-
used 1 FP.
Well, you might be in luck, because if he's heading towards the nearest watchtower, which is the one that Sindri is
Yes,
in,
it is.
Yes, but there's a bell at the bottom.
I mean, Sindri would know that, so maybe he can spend the next few seconds...
All
Well,
of
he
this
has...
is happening. All of this is happening simultaneously.
Alright, in that case,
Do I
yes.
have enough time to throw another one at him?
Yes, you have a chance to throw one more. But at this point, obviously, not only can people hear, but the thatch on the building that you hit, which is this one, starts burning immediately.
Oh, some of the buildings are flammable. That's cute.
Yeah, the towers are covered in
Look at that.
That one
in
should
lime,
hit.
but not the ordinary buildings.
Mhm.
That hits him. Yeah, so go ahead, give him some damage. It's 1d6, isn't it?
Maybe for all of it. Just
Yes.
oh, for goodness sake.
Well, it's additional damage to what he has already taken, and obviously fire is a nasty experience for anyone at any time. So he's screaming blue murder by now. I mean, every guard in the city is roused at this point because the city is not, or the town is not that large.
Damn it.
Everybody can hear him. And
So much for disabling the alarm systems, I guess.
the
Done all right.
the point is, he is shouting, but not everybody can hear what he is actually saying or shouting. So, they can just hear that a lot of ruckus is going on, and then suddenly, fire and
So
stuff.
they might think it's just fire warning.
It might be, for all anybody knows. The point, of course, being that you have now used fire, so your night vision is fucked.
But so is his.
His is as well, no question. But it's just to point out that yeah, your night vision is now officially in the bin.
On the upside, they can no longer use the bells to warn everyone outside.
No, they can't. And but it doesn't take many moments before you guys can, guards and civilians alike react to this amount of ruckus and noise, and the only thing that's really lacking is that somebody's ringing the bell, which strangely enough nobody is. Isn't that the weirdest thing ever? Do you
Weird.
I would say both you and Sindri, because Sindri, can look out through the, windows of this tower and actually see what's going on. I'll give both of you one final attack to try to hit this guy before he reaches the bell at the bottom of the tower Sindri is in.
Do it!
Don't say that.
Don't do it!
This might, in the other end of the town, might give our comrades a good opportunity to ambush the commander there.
Indeed.
It's true.
Well, that should be a hit.
It is.
You go to Sindri.
Yes. Let's see some damage from both of you.
Two.
Frothie's fireballs are not terribly efficient, but let's see. Sindri's arrow might do it.
He might be
Oh,
having
yes.
a hard time
Yes.
concentrating.
Beautiful. Okay, so the first fireball strikes him and sets his clothing alight. The second, he still stumbles onwards because, wounded though he may be, he's still going for the bell. Then Sindri looks out, sees the second fireball also hit him, engulfing his chest. He's now clearly burning.
Yeah.
Which means that Sindri's night vision is now also completely fucked. But he can obviously shoot at the very obvious target. There's a very clear and obvious burning torch down there that he can shoot towards. So, but of course, seeing as both of you guys have had your night vision ruined, Frothi can't actually see what it is that happens. All he knows is he throws two fireballs. Neither of them are, actually make him stop. Neither of them kill him. And then suddenly he falls over. Dead.
Yeah, and just stop screaming.
Just stops screaming.
I think Thrody will assume that he burned to death.
It's probably yes. But when you get closer, you can also see that there's an arrow going, literally sticking straight through his chest.
Just to let you know, if we survive this, Sindri will never let you hear the end of it.
Yeah.
One arrow could do what 3 fireballs couldn't.
Especially because it's an impaling thing again, so that's 11 points of damage right there.
Yeah.
So I take it that we all notice the fireballing, maybe not what it is, but we...
No, but you notice, again, the fact that he has been lit on fire is a very small sort of thing, and it's, you guys are up here, right? He's fallen down right down here, literally between this tower down here and he's fallen down between the tower here and the smithy, which is this building over here. So from where you're standing all the way up on the other side over here, you can't see that he's burning. It's it's just no. But what you can see is this building here, which is now starting to burn because of the first fireball that missed. So that's what you see.
Yep.
And
I imagine Ilva yelling, I guess, has Becky calmed down now?
Yeah, he as soon as he's disabled the alarm,
Then she'll just point, I think the party started in the other end.
let's get to the commander.
And just as you you say that, you turn around and you see Orosti and Var, who are standing over here by the gong, and 3 men come running towards them. shouting to them to, why they haven't, struck the gong. We're under attack. Use the gong. Use the gong. And Orosti just, pulls out. It's a really elegant movement, actually, where he grabs with his left hand. He reaches down. He grabs a throwing axe from his belt. And uses his own swinging momentum literally all the way around himself. He just launches this thing with an overhead. Again, there's a lot of echo, but an overhead throw.
Sorry.
Where he brings his arm over in a very high arc. Just sends it swinging, and it goes right through the sternum of the first man in line. It just sends him, crashing to the ground, dead as a doornail instantly. And then Var just, advances with his own axe and just lays into these two people. The thing is that they seem to have those guards pretty well in hand, but because they are now being engaged in combat from that angle, they don't see that the commander's door is opening.
Does Gylfi?
No, because Gylfi is up here, and the door to the commander's building is.
Oh, it opens out the other way.
Yeah, it opens onto the marketplace, so he can't see it from where he is.
Attacker!
Yes.
I now have room enough for my big thing.
Oh,
Yes. I think Baggy and Ilva both go for the commander.
Commander, yes.
Yeah, she just smiles as she takes her warhammer down, like, yes.
Yeah. Well, you can charge him.
Together at last.
You can charge him. It's a -2 to hit, but that means you do get to, reach him and attack him in the same round.
Works.
Alright, I'm gonna hit him so hard he flies back into his bed. He likes that place.
Nope. Baggy doesn't
Yeah,
hit
he
him.
does.
Nope, Baggy doesn't hit him because of the -2. Let's see if... But you do get to him, at least.
Yeah.
I can try the same thing, or is he in the way now?
Yeah, you can try the same thing. Nice.
Yes.
All right, Ilva to the rescue. Let's get some damage.
While just yelling, I'm a kill steal again!
I hate you!
I hate you!
Don't you just love me? There we go. 19
Jesus
damage,
Christ. Yeah.
impaling.
So,
Splat.
the man opens the door, comes out through the door. He's not armored. He's been resting. He's got a shield, and he's got his what's it called? His weapon, his sword. He does try to parry with the shield, or block with the shield, so I do have a small chance of him making this. Small. Yeah, he doesn't. He brings up his shield. Instead, what happens is that the spike on Ilva's warhammer comes down in such an angle and with such force that it goes right through the shield boss in the middle of his shield, through his arm on the inside of the shield boss, crushes his arm into his own chest, and then collapses the shield boss, the shield beneath it, breaks the arm, crashes his chest, and pins him to the door frame, and Ilva literally has to yank to get her hammer back out.
She does so with a very disgusted look. I think she by now has caught up to what he's been doing.
Yeah, he barely manages to react with a tray, and then he's dead.
She yanks it out with a yeah.
Yeah.
I've wanted to do that for a little while now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is fun, isn't it, Ilva?
Yeah, I took your kill again. Very fun. Let's go fun. Come on, Baggy.
Yep.
I'll let you steal one too.
They'll go find someone else to murder.
Also, Also, Buggy, remember the prisoners. Now you can say, now do you believe us, you bastard?
He
Yeah.
will if he gets if he sees the man who defied him.
I
He
was
absolutely
just
will.
about to say that the next part of this whole misadventure, not to put too fine a point on it.
Again,
No, it's just an adventure.
I think the term you're looking for is clusterfuck.
Yes, thank you. I was just trying to be polite about it.
Yeah, not a clusterfuck. This was completely calculated.
Yeah,
All of it.
all of it, every last little teeny tiny.
Even for the missing, it was all calculated. It was supposed to happen because we're all cats.
Oh, right.
I like that the plan went off almost without a hitch until it was my turn, and then everything just fucked up.
No one is blaming you for anything.
Yes.
Okay, maybe they are then.
The what happens now though is, as I said, that
It's
they
fine.
don't need the gong or the bells or the whistles or the whatevers anymore, because there isn't a living soul in this village who doesn't realize that something is seriously wrong. People are already, civilians are exiting their homes because they can hear what's going on, and somebody was screaming about blue murder and fire, and it's complete and fucking and total pandemonium. However, that works in your advantage.
Yup, chaos and no one to tell them what to do, and no
Yes.
bells going off, and what the fuck is going on, and what direction are we supposed to run?
Most of the guards, for a while, don't even realize that this is an attack. They think it's because the building is on fire.
Mm-hmm.
And when they realize that they're under attack, it's usually when they're getting hit and killed.
Yep.
I imagine a lot of them rush towards the burning building
Yes.
and are promptly shot down.
Yes, quite a few of them are shot down, and in general, it's a real mess. And what you also see is that several of the people who have been shackled managed to get 3 of the guards and literally drag them down to the ground, and 2 of them literally get choked to death with the shackles, with the the chains that they have used to bind these prisoners.
Ilva will cheer them on and help them get rid of the shackles.
Yeah, Sass will buy. He'll cut the shackles with his axe.
Yeah,
I think Ilva will just use the sharp end of her hammer.
yeah. The what is it called? The woman that you saw, the one who was completely catatonic, is she walks rather stiffly. She still doesn't look like she's all there. She walks over to one of these men who's on the ground, and he's still wriggling. She moves over there. She takes his dagger out of his sheath, and then she stands there for a little while and doesn't really seem to know exactly what to do with it, and then she stabs him. She runs him through with his own dagger, which obviously kills him. And then she gets up and starts looking around in confusion when everybody is still running around like headless chickens. and what you all see, just as a group of people, other civilians incidentally, rush past her, is that she brings up the knife and runs herself through.
Yeah.
Literally stabs herself through the chest.
Yeah, trauma will do shit to you.
Yeah. Absolutely.
She found her out, I think, is the point.
Yes.
Yeah. So, how many of these men that were chained seems like they're up to fight?
6 of them.
If Baggy spots the man he spoke to, he will absolutely say, with a wide grin, he'll say, "Now do you believe me?"
He the man in question does look at Baggy and say, "Yes, actually, I do."
Excellent.
I still don't think you can blame me for not believing you up until this point.
Kill some Leomites and we're even.
Well, I already did, and I'll continue to. Could you, could
Ilva
you,
looks
he
confusedly
holds up,
attacking.
he holds up his shackles as well. Could you help me with these?
He's Bag is swinging his axe, basically.
Yeah. He just,
Ilva looks a little
Cuts off his
confused.
hands.
he nods and says, "Yep. Come with me, please. Just right over here."
Baggy goes with him.
Yeah. He goes to the he goes over to this building here.
Mhm.
And kicks in the door.
Woohoo,
And he
Munchkin!
gestures for you guys to follow. And inside is a reed thin man. You haven't seen him before. He hasn't been out since you arrived. He is wearing armor. He is in fighting shape, so to say. He's probably in his mid-40s. And he is sitting there with several boxes, metal bound boxes. And when
Don't do that to me, Joan. Metal boxes.
what?
You had to, didn't you? You
I had to.
I'm just totally confused.
You put so much emphasis on boxes, and the
He's-
next word was that they have metal on. I was like, no.
He's
Metal
quoting.
bound boxes, and I'm sorry, I don't get it. But it's just yeah. I'm sorry, and I have to kind of rewind and where was I? Yeah, all right.
It's perfectly fine. I'm confused too.
I totally got knocked out of it there.
We'll explain later. Let's carry on.
No, I know what the point was. I just don't. I guess I failed to see the joke. The point is, he is sitting amongst several. He's got a table in front of him. He is sitting behind the table, and he is burning paperwork when you enter, or vellum, as it is.
Okay. Ilva's still very confused. She doesn't know why Becky were looking so smug. She doesn't know why this man seemed to know Becky, and she doesn't know why they're walking into a room with someone burning paper or vellum.
Baggy just looks at the man he just whose chains he just.
Do you want him,
cut.
or should I?
Be my guest.
Excellent, he says, and walks around the table. And the man obviously is scrambling to find a weapon. He is clearly, I mean, yes, he's armored. He's wearing leather armor, but he's not. He's clearly not a warrior by trade. He doesn't seem to really know what the hell he's doing. And the man who walks up to him just swats the weapon out of his hand before and runs him through all the way up to the hilt of the sword that he's picked up. Literally just impales him until his hand gets wet.
He really didn't like that guy.
And of course this reed of a man coughs and sputters blood and shrieks in pain and falls over. He doesn't die instantly. He bleeds out, and it's a painful death. There's no question. It's a painful death. And then the man turns around and looks at you and says, "I don't imagine," he says, "that you're fighting for free. This is not your war."
No.
"No." "Well, take your payment," he says, and then he leaves.
What?
I think Baggy goes over to the boxes and looks in them.
He is clearly this is the paymaster's quarters, and since this is also a taxing station where people have paid road taxes for transporting wealth or goods or whatever along the road, There's quite a lot of money in these in these boxes.
Excellent. And the papers that he was
Well,
burning.
those that have, it looks like they are basically they're the ledger. He's been burning the ledger.
Why were he burning those?
Who knows?
Yeah.
I suggest, Baggy says, that we go out there and kill some more Liamites, and then we take a look at this when we're done. How's that sound, Ylva?
Okay.
Let's
So
go
why
there.
do you know that guy that were in shackles?
Oh, I tried to I tried to help him, but he was all, I don't believe you, I think you're a Liam. And
I would have been worried if he did believe you. Not because you're good at high sales,
I'm a believable guy, you know.
but because someone claiming that out of the blue, it just screams like a trap. Just
Oh, I don't
you
know.
know. I mean,
Anyway.
they obviously don't know that
He believes me
Southlanders
now.
usually holds to the truth, but yeah.
Anyway, guys, you have, as I said, a considerable sum of money in this building,
Yeah, but that's not fun. Let's go kill someone.
and with what is happening outside, it's utter, complete, total fucking pandemonium. People are trying to, not only when you get back outside, and what the rest of you guys see as well, for that matter, is that there are. Not only are people trying to get out of the village as a whole, they're trying to escape because suddenly the killing is going on inside the walls. That's not why walls are there, because the moment that is really the problem, is that a fortress is a force multiplier. As long as you can hold people out, it's an incredibly safe thing. The moment the enemy is inside the walls, it's a death trap.
But we
And-
kind of wanted them to go spread the word, though.
And people are now trying to escape. The point, of course, is also that there is a slight breeze tonight.
So,
There's a building on fire.
Yes.
Actually,
So more
I
buildings
think
being able to
soon it
fire.
will be more than one. I think Frodi does a sort of grimace, and then he says under his breath, "Master of Fire, have your fill." And then he lights a few more buildings on fire.
Oh yes, the not only do you do that, but there's also, as I said, there's a breeze. So burning thatch is carried to other buildings and into the trees around the.
we're gonna make a
outside
fucking
the fortress.
spectacle.
You realize that this is going to be. It's gonna be bad. It will be bad very quickly. The whole hill is going to be aflame shortly.
Yeah.
Which we also have to evacuate.
That's the
Yes.
point. This is the forest in this place is what's it called? It's a pine forest.
It's dense, basically.
It's dense, and there's plenty of flammable material on the ground as well, and it'll go up very, very quickly. And
Well, back-
you can see that as soon as the burning thatch starts to float on into the trees, they catch on fire almost immediately.
Ilva remarks to Becky, "For a place so wet, it surely goes up in flames so easily."
We need to find a cart and hopefully a horse. And we
Yeah,
need to be
let's
quick
go look
about
for
it.
that.
Yeah. Everybody,
Even if it's just a cart, we can pull it ourselves.
everybody, though, please roll me a perception hearing and a perception sight.
Hearing and
Also, could you indicate which way the wind is blowing?
Hearing?
Yes, I can actually.
Because
Sight?
Frodi would suggest
Yep.
we escape, the other way.
The wind is blowing in this direction.
Yeah, Baggy doesn't see or hear anything.
nope, he's busy.
I
looking for a
see
cart.
something, and I hear even more.
Yeah. Can you can see the arrow right on the screen, so you can see what
Yes.
direction it's blowing. Okay, good.
I think Sindri is the one seeing and hearing the most at this point.
Yeah. So Ylva both hears and sees. Bagi does neither.
Nope.
Sindri sees and hears. Frothy sees, doesn't hear much. And
Frothy
Gylfi-
hears a lot. No, he rolls a 14 against 12. I put it in the wrong direction.
Yes,
Sorry.
thank you. Very, very good. Thank you. And the thing here too is that for those of you who do see, and let's start with the. Actually, no. Let's start with what you hear, because over the sounds of screaming, panicking people and the. There is something primal in human beings that means that when we hear, a fire out of control, it's frightening.
Yes.
It's a primal fear. It has to be, because fire equals danger. So on top, over the crackling of burning timbers and the hiss of thatch going up like almost too rapidly, you those of you who do manage your role could swear that there is this faint sadistic laughter. And there's those of you who see something, when you look around and try to make heads or tails of everything that's going on, it's as if, regardless of where you are standing and what angle you see it from, it looks like the flames themselves it looks like they're dancing. It's just for a few split moments, you could swear that there's a rhythm and almost a sort of hypnotic dance to the fire as it moves through the city, and it's moving fast.
I think I shall roll a will test thing,
Yes.
because this is very fascinating, but I should probably get out of here.
It's really, really fascinating and really fucking scary.
Okay, I realize that I should probably get out of here.
Yes, there is a definite feeling. You also very much you very clearly have a feeling that something has been looking right at you.
Well, I did invoke one of the powers.
Yes, you did.
Yeah.
I mean, powers.
I imagine Frothy's actual thought were, oh, this is very pretty, then realizing, this will also be very pretty from outside.
Yep.
I mean, let's face it, the powers do like to pay attention when things are being killed in their name.
Mm-hmm.
Especially this one. This one is just...
Yeah, weird like that.
I think
The
this
Master
might
of Fire is a
also...
creep.
This might be the first time ever that Frody has invoked his name.
Mm-hmm.
Because
Yes,
he's
no.
definitely much more a fan of the Lady of the Hearth.
Yes.
I mean, let's face it, as it says here, he has no worshippers except arsonists. Well, it seems that that's what Frothy has decided to be for the day.
Yes.
Exactly.
Sindri has...
Every act of arson is an act of devotion.
Beautiful.
So,
Yeah, we're getting out.
does people seem like they're actually getting out of their houses?
Yes, they are. People are fleeing for their lives.
What about the innkeep? He would have been sleeping on the first floor, and he is missing a leg.
Yes, he is indeed, and neither he nor his wife are seen anywhere except you can literally see as flaming thatch reaches their building, because their house is this one. That's the inn. So it's any flaming thatch that comes up from
Yeah,
down
it's
below
working its way this way.
Yeah, it's gonna hit their building as one of the first ones.
Well, Ylva is running directly for that then.
Yes.
When she realizes, oh shit.
What you realize as you run is that while the wind is in the direction that that has been indicated with the arrow,
Yeah.
some of the flames are dancing against the wind to make sure
Yeah,
that every single
The thing with the
house-
laughing and all that kind of thing, yeah.
every single house is getting engulfed one at a time.
Yep. Ylva's still bolting that way.
Yeah.
I think if Baggy sees that, he shouts after her, "A card, Ilva! Find a card!"
She's still running.
Yeah. Well, you get to the building.
And then through the door.
Yeah. And you do see the old woman desperately, beckoning for her husband to come down. She doesn't have the strength to help him down. And
No, but Ilva does.
Yeah, and he's trying, but as you said, he's missing a leg, and well, there's fire on the roof. Yeah.
She knows a few words, so all she does is just wave at her and then goes out and then runs over to him and then goes jump and holds out her hands.
He's not in a position where he's going to argue whether he can trust you or not, so he jumps. And you have no problem catching him or anything because you have time to line yourself so you can catch him as he comes down, and you do.
And then helps him out the door. Then she can probably get him the rest of the way out.
Indeed.
Yeah. And then go looking for a cart if it hasn't been fired up first.
Yes. You find you get him outside. Baggy, what do you do in the meantime? Because you see her going in, so you can also look for a card if you want.
I am absolutely going to find a card.
Yes.
And if I do find one, I'll go into the paymaster's house and extract the bundles of money.
Yes.
That was this house here, the paymaster's house?
No.
Nope, it was.
Where was it?
Yeah, it was over
Oh,
here.
down there. Okay.
It's quite far away from the origin point of the flames, at least.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, but we did just rush to the bad guy and then followed another man.
Indeed.
Because we heard we're not supposed to take candy from them, but they didn't say anything about silver.
True. So you bring, whatever wealth you have, and you get the old man and the old woman out of the burning inn, and everybody gets to safety. And the thing is, when you get outside the walls, you realize that not only are all of you safe, I just have to ask here if Gylfi is also evacuating, because we haven't heard from him for a while.
He's stuck and can't come down.
Jump!
Brain, are you there?
Oh, sorry, was I muted?
I think you
I
were.
didn't even notice.
We haven't heard from you
Yeah.
for a while, so...
No, I wasn't saying anything, but I did. So, Gylfi would probably be once the fire started spreading and he see the light over the the tower openings that he's he probably would stand up from his hyperventilating and seeing the inferno blazing around. He would actually probably froze up and have a flashback of Hairball.
Yeah.
Being he see basically if in front of his eyes is all flashing, and plus the nightmare that he had couple nights ago.
Yes.
With people fleeing and him just and he's just kind of frozen on this tower. He's standing up front and but he can be seen standing there, but he's just looking blankly into the.
And actually, I think the image of Gylfi standing there with everything burning around him is a brilliant cliffhanger.
Oh.
Because I am such an evil bitch. But I am going to be really, really nice to you guys and say you get the full 5 XP for tonight, because first and foremost you have accomplished an objective. There's been some good RP. I loved the whole game interaction there. That was really fun. But you get that last XP to take you up to 5 literally at the final moments, because somebody in the group, in this case Brain, Gylfi, makes the connection that you are standing inside a burning fortress it's a smaller fortress, it's a smaller fortification, but you're still standing inside a burning fortification. And the implications for you guys would be pretty, pretty powerful. So I'm really, really happy that you did that. And that gives you all an extra XP for that. So 5 XP for tonight.
Yeah, I don't think Ilva will make that connection before they're standing outside of it.
Probably not, but
Because
no.
right now she's in, I need to get this out, I need to get him out, I don't have time to reminisce.
No. But that
Yeah.
was actually really fun. You guys got a lot of it was a lot of planning, and then everything went to shit as soon as Frothy had to do something.
No battle plans first contact with the enemy, but we did get a lot of killing done.
Yes, you did.
Yes. Yes.
I got to save an old man.
Yes,
you did
that's
too.
important.
And you've managed to finish off a lot of guards, except of course there are still a lot of guards outside with Ultima's group, but we'll see about that next time.
But they won't have any fortress to come back to anyway,
Maybe.
so they can't hold it when there's nothing there to hold. It's like a fart. Once it's out, you can't catch it.
Delightful.
Disgusting. All right, guys.
Burning fart.
A burning fart indeed. Anyway,
Curry
guys.
fart.
I think that's all for tonight, but we will be back next week for the follow-up of this conflagration, and hope to see all of our players back, and all of our have all of our viewers and listeners back as well, of course, for the next episode of the Long Voyage. So from us here, bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Toodle.